Hi, it's Vera. Welcome to episode 6 of the PL Pod. Only 18 more to go. In the past few weeks, I've had to miss out on a couple of things I really like. For example, the open mic organized by Chris and Roger Nash, hosted by Clay Campbell. I had a previous Zoom meeting booked with a group called Northern Ontario Writers Workshop. Now, this group is located in Thunder Bay, but their membership has a very broad reach. And the group offers amazing contests and workshops. And also last year, they introduced an e-writer mentoring session, which was fantastic. I realize I haven't spoken to you about reading your work in public as a way to show how it is received, but that's because we can't get together for readings. Our alternative is open mics offered on Zoom. And I've taken part in a couple of these, and I have to say that the upside of Zoom reading is the comfort level. I mean, I'm in my own chair, in my own office, in my own house. How much more comfy can a person get? Well, pajamas, but hey, people, we've got to maintain some decorum, right? For some, reading in public creates anxiety. I've had periods of this in my life, and unexpected and unwelcome as it is, it happens. Speaking for myself, it will be interesting to see what happens when things open up and I'm in a room full of actual humans, putting my work on the line again. For now, Zoom is a gift. There's just so much available online, and I think it's foolish not to take advantage of all these opportunities, whether it's to learn or to perform. September is usually a month I approach with mixed emotions. I've always been happy that the Sudbury Writers Guild kicks off its new year at the end of September, as it does this year. The interaction with other local writers has always given me a boost, and I think it might be the same with other writers of my acquaintance. Writing is a solitary act, said it before, and it can be pretty unrewarding if you're not hitting any of your success goals every now and again. The unhappy part of entering September is that summer is gone. And some evenings feel a long way from April. Now, because I can, I'd like to read you my brother's favorite poem. It's titled September and is written by Helen Hunt Jackson, and it's available in the public domain. The goldenrod is yellow. The corn is turning brown. The trees and apple orchards with fruit are bending down. The gentian's bluest fringes are curling in the sun. In dusty pods the milkweed its hidden silk has spun. The sedges flaunt their harvest in every meadow nook, and asters by the brookside make asters in the brook. From dewy lanes at morning the grape's sweet odors rise. At noon the roads all flutter with yellow butterflies. By all these lovely tokens, September days are here with summer's best of weather and autumn's best of cheer. But none of this beauty which floods the earth and air is unto me the secret which makes September fair. 'Tis a thing which I remember, to name it thrills me yet. One day of one September I never can forget. Now, I have to admit that I've always thought the reason this poem is my brother's favorite is because he was born in September, and it makes him feel good to have all the beauty and bounty of his birth month chatted up in a poem. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. In this case, it's not yellow butterflies. I wonder if you've noticed all the little black butterflies floating around on the roads when you're driving on back roads. Interesting. I'm going to be concentrating on haiku poetry for the coming months. I am in a mentorship with one of the longtime members of the Haiku Society of America, and I too am a member, and we'll be writing, sharing, and critiquing our work for the foreseeable future. I've just finished a session with Haiku Canada that focused on haibun, and I learned a lot. Once again, so many opportunities. It isn't just about learning. It's about being in the company of like-minded people, and it pushes you a little bit, and it inspires. Leaving a session and feeling that fire inside you, the kind of excitement you get when you have an idea and you can't wait to write it out of yourself onto the page, That's exciting. Since I spoke to you last month, I've happily climbed under the wing of this mentor, and I look forward to honing whatever skills I possess into a sharper form. I'd like to read you a few recent poems now. On the camp road, we pass a shrub with ears and a rack. 6 months of COVID, accepting the white of my hair. Spring breeze, he watches lambing on the internet. Fall, and the cat grooms her feathered toy. The same memory, her version, my version, different endings. It may seem simple, but you have to center your thoughts on whatever haiku you plan to create. You have to focus on your surroundings. Be aware. In the last bit here, I would like to read a portion of a short story that I am working on, based on a true story. And this is called Stoning the Cat. I doubt I'll speak with Hannah again. We were across the fence friends, not the kind that have coffee clutches. She's in the room where she slept for 50 years. She's so private she wouldn't want to visit now, not when she's dying. How I wish I could tell her about today. To lean there on the fence and laugh, to tell her about taking Roddy's cat Smudge to the vet for her first visit, and to set up spaying. How the vet asked if she was prone to biting, and I'd been honest. How the vet suggested Smudge could benefit from something to calm her down. We made a special trip to buy the sedatives recommended, and she instructed us these were to be given hours before the appointment. We would have got a lot of mileage out of that one, Hannah and me. We would have laughed about the cat having her own dealer, hoping this sedation didn't turn into a gateway drug, sending up a prayer that Smudge would never end up on the street. We would have laughed when I told her how Smudge was affected because, oh, she was. Hannah would laugh. She loves cats. We'd have stood near where she buried Pete, her last cat. At 9 o'clock, I'd tell her, I had the doctored treats ready. I'd say I called Smudge over and dropped a pile of treats. We'd made sure she was hungry, another instruction from the vet, by taking her food bowl away the evening before. She nudged the hard treats and cleaned up all the ones that were not coated with the drug. It was looking iffy. When she chewed one with a drop of the sedative, it was much chewier than a treat she was used to. Hannah and I would have laughed when I told her I looked over at Smudge and she looked like she could use a toothpick as she tried to work that gummy thing off her fang. How at first she only ate one of the 3 treats that I'd doctored before walking away. How I worried the amount of drug wouldn't be enough, but no way was I sticking it in her mouth. I also wished to avoid a bite. I would play it up when I told her that we sat at the table and Smudge went back once, then twice, and cleaned up the rest of the medicated treats. That sedative was fast-acting, I'll say that for it. I hope Hannah's drugs are as good. And that's the excerpt that I'll leave you with for today. It's a much longer story. And that's it again. Thanks for stopping by. You know what I always say? Write something. It feels good.